Hey what's up guys, Bryce here, and we're back at it again with another video. Today I'll be doing a hot lap and a guide to Russia. Russia is definitely not my favorite track, but I do think it is a pretty cool track. A lot of people don't like it just because of all the 90-degree turns, but it is definitely a fun and fast track. So this track consists of 18 corners and 2 DRS zones, and is one of the fastest tracks, and also has one of the coolest corners on the calendar, which is turn 3, which is pretty much a left-hander that is flat out and goes completely 180 degrees. So I think it is a very fun corner to go on, and this track definitely has a lot of overtaking opportunities. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe. So starting the lap, try to get as good an exit as you can. Turn 1 is basically flat out, it's not even a turn. Going down to turn 2, braking as late as you can and trying to get as much apex as you can. And turn 3 is a super fast left-hander, flat out. There's different lines to take through this. Going down to turn 4, a 90-degree right-hander. Going down to turn 5, braking super late again, late apex, trying to carry as much speed as you can. Turn 6, not really a turn. Turn 7, pretty tight, same as the last one. Turn 8 is a really tight left-hander, and turn 9 goes along with turn 8, pretty much flat out. Turn 10, another right-hander, and turn 11 is flat out, and it's pretty much a straight with DRS. Now going down this long straight for turn 13, which is another tight right-hander, braking super late. Turn 14, a left-hander going down this fast short straight. Then 15, taking as much curb as you can, and 16 trying to get as good an exit as you can. And for the last 2 corners, they're both right-handers, 90 degrees. Turn 17 and then turn 18, which is pretty much identical, but onto the straightaway. And the finish line is right there, so try to get a good entry, but also a good exit for the next lap. Now for a more in-depth guide. Going down this long straight, don't go on the curbs. It can scrub your time just by a tiny bit. Going down to turn 2, I usually brake right after the 100-meter board, taking as much curb the inside and the outside without invalidating your lap. I usually just go straight for turn 3, keeping to the left as much as I can, and then using as much track as I can on the left for turn 4, braking right when the curb on the left starts, and trying to get, for all these corners, what I try to do is I try to get my right tire over the orange strip on the ground and trying to keep the exit as smooth as possible. For turn 5, braking right before the 50, going kind of, most of these turns are late turn in, but you'd also want to get as good an exit as you can because the curbs on the outside can also scrub your time a little bit. For turn 7, braking at the 50 and trying to take as much curb as you can on the inside. You can gain a lot of time through here. For turns 8, same thing, a lot of curb on the inside, braking right before the 50. This turn is really fast. For turn 10, which leads onto the straight, right after 100-meter board, taking as much curb as you can. And now for the long straightaway with DRS, open as early as you can. Now when going down to turn 13, I didn't do it so much here, but try going to the right and trying when you go into the corner to try to be as straight as possible, so then you can brake a lot quicker. And turning in 3rd gear and trying to go to the right as much as you can, and for the left just to gain as much speed on the short straight, which then leads up to turn 15, 3rd gear, maybe 2nd, taking as much curb on the inside as possible without losing your lap. Turn 16, trying to get as good an exit as you can, and 17 and 18 are pretty much identical, braking pretty late. 3rd gear, sometimes I go into 2nd for this last one. Just try to get as good an entry and speed going through the last corner. Here's the setup that I'm using for time trial. This track is a really fun track in my opinion. A lot of people do not like it, but it is a fun track and an enjoyable track for races. If you did enjoy, leave a like down below, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.